Foreign Trade University, Ho Chi Minh City campus. Please welcome 10 minutes from now.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. We are from Foreign Trade University, Ho Chi Minh City campus, and we're here to present our analysis and recommendation on VJet Aviation Company, or VJC. We'll be going over the executive summary, investment highlights, valuation, and wrapping up with the risk consideration. VJC is a leading low-cost airline in Vietnam with the largest domestic market share, focusing on the mission to create more flight opportunities for everyone. We issue a buy recommendation with a one-year target price of 148,000 VND, offering a 22% upside supported by three main pillars: favorable market outlook, vigorous expansion plan, and best-in-class cost structure. The core revenue stream has two main components: ticket fares accounting for 80%, and ancillary revenue is the profit engine for the business, with high gross margin up to 50%. Gain on sale aircraft contribute a large proportion to the net income in 2016. The favorable discount of large order supported lucrative gain from this non-core transaction, enabling the firm to expand fleet without heavy debt burden. Now we walk you through the investment highlights. First of all, favorable market outlook support our recommendation as increased air travel demand in both domestic and international transportation. Firstly, we believe that the impressive growth in the airline industry will hugely benefit VJC when the middle income class, which is the target customer of VJet, will be tripled in the next 5 years. The cost and time efficiency also stimulate the air travel to be the popular form of transportation. While Vietnam aviation industry will be the fifth fastest growing globally by the next decade, the air travel per capita will increase to be in line with regional countries. Secondly, the tourism sector will drive the demand for international transportation. In the next 5 years, the inbound and outbound visitor will be double and triple respectively. With nearly 90% of passengers are leisure travelers, VJet will be the largest beneficiary. Lastly, VJC sustains strong competitive positioning over domestic competitors with the highest brand recognition, competitive fares which are lower than that of Vietnam Airlines and Jetstar, and high barrier to the industry. On the international scale, VJC will not face fierce competition because 85% of passengers on its international routes are Vietnamese. The industry is promising, but has VJet prepared for these opportunities?
The answer is yes. This is the vigorous expansion expressed in the increase of three aspects: domestic, frequency, international route, and fleet size. First, in the next period, VJC domestic flights will have a KR at 13%, which results from its capability of fully capturing the energy role and retaining market share from its competitors. Besides, in international market, to fulfill the middle-income tourist, every year VJC had to open at least 9 routes, making a total of 77 international routes until 2022. Moreover, longer flight time can give VJC benefits in increasing ancillary revenue per passenger and an impressive growth of the total ancillary revenue for the following year. So, for this growth, an aggressive risk expansion is necessary, as VJC is now holding the middle fleet size in benchmark with larger carriers such as AirAsia or Indigo. With the net addition of 16 aircraft per year, VJC fleet size will be triple at the end of the next 5 years. However, will VJC suffer from overcapacity? No, as it's now holding the best performance with the highest utilization and load factor as ever. This number reflects a harmonization between supply side and demand side. In conclusion, the phrase timely and proper would welcome you to mention VJC in its expansion phase. This draw in the core revenue with the KR at nearly 30% for the next year. So, the question is that, can the vigorous expansion plan bring the best result?
Yes, it can, thanks to the effective cost management of the company, resulting in a strong competitive positioning and a solid financial performance. Cost per available seat kilometers, cost per escape for short, experience a stable downtrend, which is expected to continue in a period forecast. More aggressively, in 2016, the company had the lowest cost per ASK ex-fuel compared to other low-cost airlines in the region. There are two main factors driving the impressive cost figures. The first is high aircraft utilization, feature backlog hours of 13.3 hours per day, 1.5 hours higher than peers average. The higher, the better, since the company is able to reduce fixed operating costs per ASK, such as aircraft rental. Secondly, with the young and modern fleet having an average age of 2.9 years old, including Airbus A320 and neo, the company is able to save up to 15% of fuel consumption, lower its unscheduled and overhaul maintenance costs used to replace defective components of aircraft, the main problem for old aircraft. In the future, with a strategy to renew its fleet, we believe the company can maintain its advantage or even improve it. The stringent cost structure has reinforced the profitability, reflected in the increase in revenue minus cost per ASK by 0.24 US cents from 2015 to 2022. Furthermore, it is also the best cost structure that has led to an attractive return on invested capital ratio that is higher than peers average, and this ratio is going to maintain in the future.
To value VJC's share price, we employ discounted free cash flow or DCF and comparable valuation, weighting 60 and 40% respectively. We use DCF in our valuation in order to capture the high growth potential of Vietjet, and it needs to be done multiple, which is widely used by airlines to eliminate the differences in aircraft financing decisions. For DCF method, we are said that Vietjet, the core revenue driver, are opening new international routes and increasing frequency of all current routes, and we are confident that VJC, the capacity, will be fully filled thanks to the impressive growth of the demand. And therefore, the core revenue of Vietjet will grow 4.5 times higher than 2016 and reach 72 trillion VND by 2022. The free cash flow to fund is projected to increase 5 times for the next 5 years. And about the discount rate, the cost of debt using in our model has been adjusted for operating lease to reflect the real credit worthy of Vietjet against banks. And regarding comparable valuation, the peer group comprises airlines with similar business model, size, and profitability pattern. We employ the data from the peer group to perform a regression and determine the multiple for Vietjet. Continue with sensitivity analysis, we perform 100,000 simulations and confirm our buy recommendation by 63%. Three main factors that affect our target price are jet fuel price, sales spec margin, and load factor. And these factors will be further analyzed in the following section.
To complete our analysis, we identify some of the main risks and mitigants for VJC. We consider the main risk to be the increase in jet fuel price. To mitigate this risk, the company will enter fuel hedging contracts, operate fuel-efficient aircraft, collaborate with several fuel suppliers for competitive fuel price, fly longer to save fuel per ASK, and pass its fuel cost burden by raising ticket fare, which is known as yield. For example, in 2014, under very high oil price, VJC still can charge higher fare while maintaining customers and gaining profit. The rapid expansion plan of VJC may challenge the company's load factor. To mitigate this risk, VJC deploys charter flights to examine the demand of new routes, offer zero-fare tickets, and wet lease its aircraft to other airlines whose markets are in high season for better utilization. The decrease in the demand of aircraft markets may affect SLB margin. VJC can mitigate this risk thanks to the budget option on 30 aircraft and negotiation with Airbus and Boeing for deferrals of delivery. Moreover, VJC's large orders may allow the company to obtain significant discounts from manufacturers and therefore enabling more gains.
In summary, we issue a buy recommendation on Vietjet stock at a target price of 148,000 VND, offering a 22% upside from its closing price on 20th November 2017, and our recommendation is all about three main factors: favorable market outlook, vigorous expansion plan, and best-in-class cost structure. Thus, we have no doubt that Vietjet will soar higher in the future. So, what are you waiting for? Let's begin the journey with Vietjet. This is the end of our presentation. Thank you, and the team now is clearing the floor to Q&A section.